You just have to try harder than you fight. You might be lost like sunshine in the night.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and another free psychic reading video. Please take a minute to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Please note these free readings are for general questions only. No health, missing items, or mediumship. These are for general questions only like love, career, finances, etc. They also must be one specific question and not just in general. For example, what do you see coming my way? That is too in general of a question because it would have a lot of answers. So if you need a more detailed reading or would like to explore one of my courses on psychic development, then please visit my website at TessaLunaLluvia.com. Also, there is no set time that I do these readings. I try to do them 1 to 2 times a month, but sometimes it is only once. So if your question is of urgency, then maybe consider purchasing one. Otherwise, choose a question that is not urgent. Okay, I have randomly selected 5 questions from the ones submitted on my website. From now on, I will also be choosing questions from the YouTube comments. For example, if you want a chance to be in the next video, then you can comment below on this video and so on. So you would always comment on the newest free psychic reading video for a chance to be in the next one. You can also submit one via my website. I will put all the links in the description below. Okay, let's get started. First question is from Jessica, and she asked, me and my boyfriend have been on and off again 3 times since the new year. Am I just wasting my time? Well, it looks like to me that someone is not putting in as much effort as the other one. Relationships must have balance, and without balance there will be chaos, misunderstandings, and breakups. So is this a waste of your time? Yes and no. If he is willing to sit down to communicate and address the issues at hand and make compromises, then it could work. But unfortunately, I do not see that in this case. I feel he is not ready for any type of commitment and likes his freedom and not having to worry about explaining himself or guilt. Whereas you are ready and are hurt that he is not as committed as you. So unfortunately, I'm going to tell you that unless you want the same results over and over, then you must make a change because you cannot change him, nor should you want to. Relationships aren't about fixing or changing someone. The only thing you can do is accept them for who they are and decide if their actions are something that you can live with and accept. And if they aren't, then it's time to move on. Hope that helps moving on. Second question is from Sienna, and she asked, so long story short, I hate my job, but I need the money, but I hate my job. I really have a passion for music, but cannot pursue it because I have to work the job I hate to pay the bills. My question is, will I somehow find something else with fewer hours so I can do both? Okay, I sense that you are young and don't have any children, so that frees up some time. But if you are working a job that is requiring 12 hours or more a day from you, then that does not leave you much time for extra activities. But I am sensing that this is not the case and that you actually do have days off. So maybe you are using your job as an excuse to not have to pursue your passion. I am not saying that you do not want to do your music, but I am saying you are not giving it 100%. And if you do not feel the need to work on it, even an hour a day, then maybe that is not your passion after all, but just something you are good at. Just because you can do something and do it well does not mean it is your passion. I feel you play an instrument, probably a guitar, and I also felt like occasionally you may even play at clubs on the weekends, but again, I do not feel like this is a passion that you could see yourself doing for the rest of your life. What I do feel like is that you are looking for something to do that will bring in income that is not your current job. And because you play on the weekends for extra cash, you feel like you could do this full time. But doing this full time and it not truly being your passion, then you'll be asking me the same question a year from now. My advice is to sit down with yourself and ask yourself what you could see yourself doing for the next 5 years and truly be happy doing it. Then I would work towards achieving that. If I felt like this was your true passion, I would have said go for it with whatever means necessary. So I will save that for when you truly figure it out. Moving on. The next question is from Annie, and she asked, My mother-in-law is wanting to move in with us, and I am against it for reasons I won't mention here. Please tell me this will not happen and that my husband will finally stand up for me. Thank you bunches, Annie. First of all, Annie, if you are having troubles with your mother-in-law and she makes you feel unwelcomed in your own home to the point where you would not even let her stay there, then that is a problem in itself. And if your husband is always taking his mother's side over yours, but she don't even live there now, then it will only get worse if she does. So I understand where your fear is coming from. But jumping to your actual question, because we would be here a while if we addressed it all. First of all, you need to put your foot down. I know you feel like it is his home and he works and he has the say, but you are an equal pair. That is your home also, just as much as his, and you should have just as much say as he does. Marriage is about balance, like I mentioned before, and if he is trying to run or overpower the relationship, then that will only lead to more problems and some bigger than this. But in your case, I feel he loves you, and that he knows there is a conflict between you and his mother. And he honestly doesn't want her living there either, if there is going to be constant conflict and arguing. So sit down with him and make a decision together that benefits everyone. Otherwise, he may tell her no and put that off on you. Or worst case scenario, she does move in. So tonight, sit down and talk. And I mean really talk about it. Go over all the pros and cons, and then make a decision based on what is best as a whole. I really think he will listen and you can avoid this whole moving in thing. Hope that helps moving on. The next one is from Jacob, and he asked, if not allowed, then please ignore. My car tires got slashed last weekend and I think I know who did it, but want to be sure. Can you just give me an initial, please? This would mean the world to me, Jake. Okay, well this was an easy one. It was Aaron, Jake. Now do not go crazy on Aaron. You will find if you go talk to his ex-girlfriend, she will tell you he called her and admitted it. Hope that helps moving on. The last one is from Chloe, and she asked, will my children's dad ever start caring about them and start spending time with them? Oh, Chloe, I can relate to this in so many ways. If we only had time for a story, girl. But I will tell you what I learned and then what I see for you. For years, I struggled with my kid's dad having 2 jobs and never really paying me or the kids much attention and never really helping out. So I feel your struggle, girl. But I learned over time that no matter what you do, you cannot make someone care about you or even their own kids. If he truly wanted to be in their lives, he would. Period. That being said, I do believe he will eventually care and start wanting to see them, but it will be no time soon. He needs to learn that time is precious and that he is missing out on his children growing up, and that they will realize that he is not making an effort. At the same time, you need to move on and do what is best for you and your kids, and not worry about whether or not he is going to realize what he has and see value in it. At this time, he's only worried about himself and cannot change, no matter how many times you text him that he needs to see his kids. If he is not going to spend time with them physically, then he needs to spend money on them financially. You should not have to take on both burdens by yourself. Remember, if you would like to submit a question for the next free psychic reading video, all you have to do is either comment down below your question, or you can go to my website, TessaLunaLluvia.com, click on TTV, and fill out the form there. I will also have all the links in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Bye!
You just have to try harder than you fight. You might be lost like sunshine in the night.